All right, today we've got multiplying fractions, and we are just gonna lean on stuff we already know. We've got 3 steps up top, and bada bing, bada boom. We're just gonna follow these 3 steps. Step 1, turn all numbers into fractions. Step 2, multiply across, and then 3, simplify our answer if possible. All right, so here we go. We've got step 1 already done. 2/3, 5/6, they're both fractions, and we know that that dot is just another symbol to multiply. So we are just going to multiply straight across. So 2/3 times 5/6. We're just going to multiply our numerator times our numerator and our denominator times our denominator. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 6 is 18, and then we'll just simplify if possible. Is there a number that I can divide both 10 and 18 by? We should have some light bulbs going off because they're both even. We know that we can divide both of them by 2, end up with 5/9, and there is no more simplifying for us to do there. It's as simple as it goes. All right, our next one, 1/2 times 1/4. So step 1, turn all of our numbers into fractions. So this mixed number, we are going to turn into an improper fraction. So we can use that Texas 2 step. 1 times 2 is 2, plus 1 gives us 3. So that's 3/2 times our 1/4 is already a fraction. And now we're just going to multiply across. Numerator times our numerator and denominator times our denominator. 3 times 1 is 3, and 2 times 4 is 8. And we cannot simplify that, so there is our final answer. All right, then we've got our next one, 4 parentheses 1/3. Now we know our parentheses are just another symbol for multiplication. Remember, we had our hands up. Parentheses mean to multiply. Parentheses mean to multiply. We did that so many times. Okay, our first thing is 4 wholes, and we already know that to turn any whole number into a fraction, we simply put it over 1, right? A whole pizza is 1 big slice, and if we want 4 wholes, we've got that 4 on top. Another way to check it, to make sure that you set it up correctly, 4 divided by 1 is 4 wholes. All right, 1/3. All right, and then we are just going to multiply across. 4 times 1 is 4, and 1 times 3 is 3. And then 4/3 is an improper fraction, so can we simplify it? Yes. 3 goes into 4 one time with 1 left over out of 3. Final answer. Okay, so there's the basics. We have 4 practice problems down here. What I would like for you to do is push pause, work out a problem, and then check it. I'm going to work them out step by step. So go ahead and push pause and work on that problem, and then push play and start it again. All right, so to solve this one, we are going to put our whole number over 1. We're going to multiply across. 3 times 1 is 3. 1 times 2 is 2. Can we simplify it? Yes, because I have an improper fraction. I know that I can set up a division box if I want, because the fraction bar means to divide. 2 goes into 3 one time with 1 left over, and again we write our leftovers up top right there. So our final answer in simplest form is going to be 1/2. Awesome. Go ahead and push pause, and then you'll get to your next problem. To solve this problem, we have 2/5 times 2/10, so that dot again means to multiply. Multiply straight across. 2 times 2 is 4, and 5 times 10 is 50. Can we simplify? Yeah, they are both even, and we know that even numbers can be divided by 2. So we end up with 2/25, 2/25. All right, give yourself a nice big check if you got that one correct, or a star it if this is something that you might need to ask for some help with. Go ahead and push pause and solve the next problem. Okay, we have our first step to take care of because everything is not in fraction form. We're going to have to turn this mixed number into an improper fraction using the Texas two-step, remembering that silly story about that teacher coming in dressed up in fun cowboy attire, jamming some Dolly Parton. Okay, Texas two-step. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 gives us 7/3 times 1/2. Then we just multiply across. Numerator times our numerator. Denominator times our denominator. Can we simplify it? Yes. The division bar, or the fraction bar, means to divide, so we can set it up that way if you need some help with that still. And then our remainder gets written as our numerator. We have 1 out of 6 left over. All right, so then our final answer is 1 and 1/6. All right, give yourself a check if you got that one right, or start if you need some help. All right, go ahead and push pause and solve this last problem. All right, we've got 3 times 1 and 1/5. Remember, parentheses mean to multiply. Parentheses mean to multiply. Okay, so we've got 3/1 times, gotta use our Dolly Parton Texas two-step, y'all. We gotta sound like real Texans as we are portrayed on TV all the time. 1 times 5 plus 1 gives us 6/5. And then 3 times 6, right, our numerator times our numerator. And then 1 times 5. How many wholes can we pull out of 18? Well, 5 goes into 18 3 times with 3 left over. And if you had a hard time seeing that, remember the fraction bar means to divide. So set that up. Your top dog goes into the house. 5 goes into 18 3 times with a remainder of 3, and that's where we get our 3/5. All right, again, give yourself a check or a star if you need some help with that. If you were a pro at this, you are ready to rock. If you need some help with it, make sure that you attend tutoring or ask questions during class, right? Be proactive and making sure that you get the help that you need.